Welcome to the Maths Workshop Part 2 for Nursery and Reception parents. This part of the workshop is all about sense of number. For the past few years we've been working very closely with the maths consultant Anthony Reddy. His training and the company he works for have revolutionised the way we teach maths at St Philip's and the resources we use. This year his colleague Dave Godfrey also set up the Number Fun YouTube channel. Please take a look as there are some great resources on there. In nursery and reception we start using one resource straight away. This is called a 5 frame. As you can see, this 5 frame is empty and represents the number 0. Very quickly, children learn that there are 5 spaces and should be able to recognise this is the number 5 without counting, as they know the 5 frame is full. Soon, children begin to recognise other representations of number without counting. For example, I know this is number 3 because 2 spaces are empty and 3 is 2 less than 5. In the spring term we begin to use 10 frames. Again, they should automatically know that this 10 frame shows 0 because it is empty. Or that this 10 frame shows 10 because it is full. And we know that 5 add 5 equals 10. As children move up the school, these can be used in other ways. For example, I can see 2 add 2 add 2 add 2 add 2, a repeated addition. And I know that 2 times 5 equals 10. They should also begin to notice other patterns. For example, I know that this is 6 without counting because 5 add 1 equals 6, or 1 more than 5 is 6. Or that this is number 9 because 1 less than 10 is 9. Or 5 add 4 equals 9. Or 1 space is empty, so it's 1 away from 10. Throughout the school, even up to year 6, we use concrete resources to begin with. These are real objects that children can touch and manipulate to represent numbers. In nursery and reception, we use our fingers, everyday objects, counters, number shapes, frames or egg boxes all the time. We also use the Slavonic abacus to represent numbers, and as children progress up the school, other resources such as base 10 and place value counters to represent bigger numbers are used. They will learn facts such as 110 is the same as 10 ones. It's the same number, just shown in a different way. As children become more confident with number, we begin to explore more pictorial and abstract representations of number. These are additional images that help children picture the mathematics. For example, here are lots of different ways we could represent the number 6, using real objects, place value counters, on a number line, with fingers, numicon, the numeral and word, and in an egg box or 10 frame. And here are lots of ways we can show 17 too. So how can you help your child at home? Counting. That's counting everything. For example, going up and down the stairs, counting pieces of fruit in the bowl, or how many trees on the way to school. By noticing numbers in the environment, for example telephone numbers, numbers on number plates, numbers on the doors, numbers in books, how many sleeps until Christmas. You can help your child by noticing and comparing shapes in the environment. Look at that! It looks like a square. It's got curved or straight edges, it's got 4 corners, etc. Can you count them? Cooking. Cooking is a great way. You can do lots of measuring and weighing, using scales, using jugs, and you can also use jugs, bottles and containers to begin to talk about capacity. Is something full? Is it empty? Is it half full? Or maybe it's half empty? Or maybe you can spot something that's nearly full or nearly empty. By comparing heights and sizes, people in the family, maybe teddy bears, plants, trees, and by looking at clocks and calendars, talking about birthdays, days of the week, times of the day, morning, afternoon, evening. You can also play lots of board games using your dice or spinners. These are a great way to help children begin to learn about numbers. For example, snakes and ladders, dominoes, playing cards. Cards can be adapted in many ways to learn about number bonds, chance, adding and subtracting, etc. By playing the odd one out, spot the difference. These are all mathematical skills. And by using everyday objects that you already have in your cupboards at home, maybe dried beans, pasta or sweets, these are perfect for counting. You can make different arrangements of numbers, create patterns, and also use them for adding and subtracting. Get them using tape measures and rulers. Children will be keen to measure anything. And finally, by singing and reciting number rhymes. This is so important and helps them with their language development too. We'd also like you to use the maths packs and apps that have been sent home. The maths packs contain slightly different resources to cater for the progression between nursery and reception, and these are a school resource, but we want you to use them all year and they'll be collected at the end of nursery and reception. Please use them and let your child explore them at home because they contain similar resources to the ones we use at school. Remember, maths is not just about numbers. Maths is about spotting patterns, making links and understanding how pieces of knowledge fit together. It's not purely about memorising facts and procedures by rote. And finally, please teach them to be problem solvers, showing resilience and perseverance. This is a lifelong skill. For example, if your child is struggling to put their coat on, instead of just doing it for them, ask, how could we solve this problem? What could we do? What would help us? Oh, I can see that your sleeves are inside out. How could we solve that problem? What do we need to do to put it right? Teach them the strategies so they can do it themselves. And in the end, this will help you as parents too. Thank you for listening.